Good evening, everybody. Good evening. Good evening to you. Good evening to everybody. Today's a good day. Today's a good day. So, thank God it's Friday. That's all I got to say. And got some stuff that we're going to talk about today. And so, y'all in for a real treat. Y'all in for some man, behind the scenes stuff that's happening. I'm telling you, it's happening. There's some things that's happening right now. I want y'all to hear this. All right. Krisiann, hey, how you doing?
Good, how are you?
I'm doing pretty good. I'm doing pretty
Awesome.
good. I'm doing pretty good. I'm
Awesome.
just like, wow. I'm just waiting for the best thing. The best is yet to come. We winning every day, and
That's right.
it feels good to be a winner.
That's right. Good will conquer evil.
Yeah. Yes, it will. It will. So, I was looking at this tweet. Tell us all about the. Well, I just want to get to the point. Tell us all about. Before you do that, explain to everybody who you is.
I'm a missionary. I am a nurse, and I'm a pro-life activist, amongst other things. But I guess we're going to talk a little bit about the controversial pro-life issues and the Planned Parenthood issues that are going on right now.
Yeah. All right, that's what I'm talking about. So what's going on with the Chelsea? I mean, tell everybody about the Chelsea Clinton tweet. I just want to hear this. Listen,
I
y'all.
got in a Twitter tiff with Chelsea Clinton this week. She wasn't too happy with me because I caught her in a lie, and then after she called me out, it was still another lie. So she followed a lie with another lie, and oh my gosh, we got Franklin Graham involved, we got Dinesh D'Souza involved, and thankfully there was a lot of awesome articles out there that proved what she was saying was false, and it was really disgusting what she said. You take the moral issue out of it, and it was just, to me, it was absurd and just sad, like what she was trying, her agenda. Right now, she is on a campaign with Planned Parenthood,
Okay.
which is funded by us. In order to get the budget approved by Congress, we had to budget them $10 billion for Planned Parenthood. They're not a nonprofit. They are a for-profit company. I'm not understanding why we are paying for this. And part of that $10 billion, they're taking $1 billion of it back and putting it into campaign funds, political campaign funds. And it's not for the candidates we want in place. It's the candidates that are against us, that are for the social, agenda, the socialist agenda, right. and it's pretty crazy. So what Chelsea said was, in 1973, when Roe versus Wade came to pass, the amount of women that went to work contribute $3.5 trillion to our economy. So she's using our economy and women's independence as a selling feature for abortion.
Yeah.
So,
wow, apples don't fall from a tree.
I know, it's crazy. And if you know the background of Planned Parenthood, it's not a good background. It was the founder. Her name was Margaret Sanger. Yep. Evil woman.
Boom.
Evil woman.
Bingo.
Have you ever heard of eugenics? It's the mindset. It's the same mindset as Hitler. You want to weed out the undesirables.
Right.
She was also, Margaret Sanger was also, gave speeches to the Ku Klux Klan. She gave speeches to Hitler, or communicated with Hitler. She was on the same page with Hitler. This pure race or whatever that she was trying to do. And you know what this
Yes.
crazy thing about it is? Hillary has been quoted saying how Margaret Thatcher was a hero of hers.
Yes. Yes. And these dumb black people, sorry, I said it, you know, fall for Planned Parenthood and support Planned Parenthood. Get your head out the clouds.
Yeah. So basically, there was this guy named James Tinsley. He had about 200 followers, and he said something to her about it, and she called him out, and and so of course her 2.3 million followers that are not shadow banned and don't have censorship attacked him.
Yes.
So I have a measly 5,000 followers. So I thought, oh, I'm going to retweet and show this guy support and love because what he's speaking is the truth. So when I tweeted
Mm-hmm.
that and I told her how disgusting it was, how she was equating the $3.5 trillion to our economy because women back to work, and she called it is not a disconnect, and she called it reproductive rights, well, which is malarkey. It's abortion, it's
Mm.
killing, and it's irresponsible. I mean,
Yep.
it's what it comes down to. So when I tweeted that, I said it was evil and disgusting. She calls me out in a tweet, and oh my gosh, I got attacked by every end. But you know what? I didn't back
Wow.
down, and I'm not gonna back
You
down.
triggered. Yeah. You triggered liberals. That's a victory when you trigger liberals. That's the victory to me. That's boom.
Yeah. Oh yeah. But you know what? There's so much truth that needs to be shared. Like late term abortions. We had a
Mm-hmm.
doctor, not to can't remember his name right now, but he Dr. Anthony Levatino, he went to Congress and explained to Congress about late term abortions. Late and
Mm.
and late term abortion, sometimes the child is taken from the womb and is still alive.
Yes. It's torture.
Yeah, and in fact, Dr. Kermit Gosnell in Pennsylvania was arrested for it because he was so careless in doing these abortions that he would kill these kids after they were born. And
Mm-hmm.
it there's so much information. I mean, the good news is that since 1983, the abortion rates have gone down. So that's the good news. People are wising up. But the thing is, we need to remember too is that we do need immigration, responsible immigration, because our birth rate compared to
Right.
our death rate is not equating. So we do need the
Mm.
immigration, but it needs to be responsible immigration who are willing
Yeah.
to assimilate to our society and to our country and respect our country
Mm-hmm.
and respect our
Yes.
freedoms.
Mm-hmm. Freedom. You know. Respect each other. They don't even respect themselves. They don't have respect for humanity. You know. I have. Oh wow! I was talking to someone the other day, and the new word is the new offensive word right now is you can't say that word. You can't say
Vagina?
no brothers and sisters. You got to say siblings.
Siblings.
They, that's a new word for real. They got offended about it. Like really, some really liberals said you shouldn't force gender and call them brothers and
Oh
sisters.
my God.
Say that's my siblings because you don't know what they're gonna be when they get older. It's the norm. Oh,
And it's so funny because these liberals want to use their biology to to um, uh, to justify abortion, but they don't want to use that same
yeah.
biology. I'm not saying it's the correct biology, but
Mm-hmm.
their biology to
Right.
define gender.
Mm-hmm.
I I mean, it's just so crazy. And now you can't even call your anatomy parts what they're called by name. You have a
Yeah.
front hole, a
Yeah.
back
Yeah.
hole, an upper hole. It's like, oh my gosh.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Orifice 1, 2, and 3?
Oh,
What?
wait. Mm-hmm. I just can't no more, Christy. I just can't no more. I can't no more.
What is this
Trying
thinking?
to figure it out.
And the crazy thing about it is too, is like me being a nurse, I take an
Okay.
oath to protect life, and these
Right.
nurses and doctors who are doing this are so going against their oath.
Yeah.
And those are I don't
They
judge
is.
women who've done it. In fact, if you're a woman and you're going through this crisis or you've been in through this crisis, contact me. You can find me, Krisiann Caesar, and I will find resources for you, help you, walk you through it. And you know what, if you want an abortion, I will give you all the pros and cons of abortion and all the other options out there for you. There are so many options and so many wonderful things that are more fulfilling than just being irresponsible for a choice. I mean, people are not getting abortions for the reason of they can't,
Yeah.
that it's a convenience now.
Mm-hmm. Man. And we got to stop this unnormed stuff. We got to slow this down.
Mm,
We're not going to stop the unnormed stuff, but we can slow things down, and we can, put a stumbling block in their way,
yeah.
and that way we can help people.
And that's what it comes down to, is helping. We have a society that actually cares. I mean, if you look at the left,
Okay.
their intentions are actually good. They're doing what they think is best for our country, or they think this, they're trying to better the country. And in either way, if you're an activist, you're trying to do good. And if we can come to the table and say, you're trying to do good, we're trying to
Mm-hmm.
do good, let's find a
Right.
solution.
Yeah, a solution. Yes.
We don't have to agree.
They're not. Yeah. They're not bad people just because they're liberals. Some
No.
people, in that case, I wouldn't even be talking to my kids. I'm just saying, you know. I had a son that's a diehard Bernie supporter.
Yeah, it's
He's a handful. Me and him be doing that.
yeah, it's Stephen here, Stephen Green. He's talking about there's thousands of families who want to adopt. In my family alone, collectively, there's over 9 kids that have been adopted,
Yeah.
and we're willing to take more.
Mm-hmm.
you know?
Yeah. Adoption is fine. There's nothing wrong with adoption.
No, it's beautiful.
Yeah, it's beautiful. It's man, most man.
Yeah,
It happens. So we gotta learn to come to a solution, y'all. We gotta
mm-hmm.
we gotta come to a solution, come to an agreement. We gotta touch and agree with each other. We gotta like get down to the facts, because all this bickering and fighting
Mm-hmm.
and hating the left, and it's not gonna help.
No.
It's not gonna help. Let's just love the hell out of them. Love the hell out of them.
Mm-hmm.
If you see someone, tell them you need a hug. You need a hug.
Yeah,
You need a hug.
yeah. I mean, we can de-escalate so much with just a little bit of kindness. I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
So you kill them.
we get triggered too. you know. I mean, I've had people say some snarky things, and I think I'm pretty good at being a snarky
Yeah.
replies right back. But when you calm down and take a breath and you just offer a little bit of kindness, it goes so far.
Right. Breathe. Just breathe, everybody. Breathe. That's all you got to do.
So much
When you
better.
breathe, guess what? You inhaled everything. I'm just saying. I'm still tripping on Clinton. She tried to justify abortion, though. That's what we do. We call people out on their BS.
That's right.
If you on some BS, we call them out on it.
Yeah. And then when she tried to call me out and say that I was lying about what she said, caught her in a second lie.
Okay.
Yeah. And that's when the reports started coming out, the articles coming out, how they also caught her in those same lies, and they backed me up, and it was good to have that affirmation. Especially when
the truth cells make you free.
Oh, especially when Dinesh D'Souza and Franklin Graham jumped in, and they compared her to Hitler.
Mm-hmm.
The apple doesn't fall too
Wow.
far from the tree.
They don't. They don't. They don't. And that's Victor. You triggered Chelsea. I'm like, wow.
Yeah, so if I go missing, you know why.
And she go missing. Come on now. If you don't hear from look, from Krisiann, if you don't hear from, look with the Clintons. It was the Clintons, not the Russian. The Clintons, maybe the Russians too. Maybe Clinton put the Russians up to doing it.
Ugh. This Russian thing. Oh my gosh! Like, if people really paid attention to what's going on, the Clintons are more in bed with the Russians than Trump is. If he paid
Yeah,
attention, what's
right,
going
right.
on?
Yes, you dumb. Oh,
Okay, who sold our uranium and to who? Hillary sold our uranium to Russia, who is now in cahoots with Syria, North Korea, Iran, and who gave over $1 billion to Iran in the middle of the night? Oh, that would be Obama. And if you
mm-hmm.
want to pay attention what's going on over there, you need to look at Golan Heights in Israel. Russia,
Mm-hmm.
Syria, Iran all want Golan Heights for their gas and their oil.
Yep.
And if
Don't think of
you're
rocket scientists. Look what's going on.
yeah, and if
Look, y'all.
you look even further, you want to know who's funding everything? It's Soros. Soros, okay, all the media rhetoric and noise that we're hearing right now. Do you know Soros has major interest in 30 major news media outlets?
Mm.
And what happens with all this media outlets? You're getting this diversity, division, you're getting this
Yep.
lies.
Oh.
And if you research
Mm.
Soros was actually a convicted felon in France for doing the same exact thing. And all this illegal migration to Europe right now and all that chaos going on over there,
Right.
Soros. And if you ever listen,
Soros.
Soros he believes in this open society, this one world government. And
Government.
if you're a believer, we know where that's going.
It's the truth.
It's the
No
truth.
fake news. The Bible is not fake news.
Mm. Read Ezekiel. All of this is coming out. You read Ezekiel chapter
All
38. All of it's coming out right now.
All of it. Everything is happening. And God allowed this to happen. He allowed Trump to get in office to slow this new one world government down. It's eventually going to happen, but to slow it down and get us ready.
Oh, yeah.
Get us ready to go underground. Get ready to go underground.
That's
get
right.
ready.
Oh, we have to get ready.
Mm-hmm.
You need to get your heart right. That's the biggest thing you need to get ready right now. But everything else is will work out. But yeah,
We'll work out. Everything will work itself out, But at first, we got to start walking in love this time.
Yes.
Let's take this is my biggest approach. This is my biggest approach right now. And a lot of us biggest approach. What we need to do is learn to have an open dialogue. Because when you have an open dialogue, people will eventually walk away and see you telling the truth. I'm just calling it how I see it. I see people do it. We've seen it. Everybody's seen it. All you got to do is have an open dialogue, intellectual conversations, and boom, 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 because you can't argue with facts. So don't even argue. Don't even argue with them. Just give them facts.
It's only our responsibility to give them the facts, and whatever they do with it is up to them. We can't force it on them. We can't force them to change. And just give them the facts with a little bit of love. And sometimes people can turn around. It might not be right at that moment, but you might plant a seed.
Yep. That's it. That seed. And then let that seed grow into a big tree.
That's right.
You have a small tree, it grows, then let the leaves come on. Let the apples come on there. Then the apples fall off and you reap the harvest.
That's right. Absolutely. Yeah.
You reap what you sow. You reap what you sow. You sow a small seed is going to reap. If you sow a bad seed, it's going to come back on you. It ain't going to grow right.
And that, I mean, I was joking around with somebody today. It was a liberal, and it was Huckabee's birthday today. And this gal, she tweeted, "Oh, you're when you're closer to your death." So it kind of piqued my interest. It's like, ooh, she's a little on the hot side. So I was reading some of these tweets, and I was going through them, and there was one guy that was, kind of dogging Christianity. And so I just put a little love out to him and gave him a little truth. And we had a really beautiful conversation. That's all it took. Now, the snarky one that started the conversation, she blocked me, but, she got the truth too.
Mm-hmm. Block it. Block it.
Yeah. But yeah, it was kind of nice to, you're doing something right when you piss off a Clinton.
Yep. You piss off a Clinton, and I'm like, wow. Took her time for you. She took her time for you. And she'll be doing everything. And she could do, I'm telling you, she took her time for you. That means you triggered her. I'm telling you, she took her time for you.
And it was cool because it's like, your voice is louder than what you think it is sometimes.
Uh-huh.
And if we all come together, it's one loud voice.
Yep. Hey, Tiny. It's real talk, and wow, I appreciate it. Look. When I first saw you on Twitter, look, I was just over there. Look, I'm new to Twitter. You know what I'm saying? I'm just starting to be on Twitter more, and I saw you, and I'm looking like, hold on. And I read that article, and I'm like, oh, snap. There's some stuff going on Twitter. I said, let me start being on Twitter. There's some stuff going on there. So that's why I've been making like 2-minute videos on Twitter and just tweeting them.
Yeah, well, when I first saw you on, I think I was Facebook that I saw you on, if I remember correctly. I was really impressed with your trying to, despite this division, it's all opinions. And just because we have different opinions doesn't mean we have to feed into this identity politics fighting crap,
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Man. It's real. I just want to be a vessel, and I ask God, use me every day. I want to be a vessel, and that's it. And I just want to just reach out to people and come at them with love, but I'm gonna come at them real harsh too, because I want the harshness to hurt their feelings. And when you feel when your feelings are hurt, guess what? You can feel convicted, like, oh, maybe I am. Maybe, maybe that's me. It's just like you got people that self-conscious about certain things about them, and they get in their feelings about their self-consciousness, like, oh, don't call me fat. I don't like when you call me fat. So, people like that. And it's some conviction that they don't like, that they feel good, that they feel bad about themselves on certain things, It's like you got to tell the truth or nothing really when it hurt,
Yeah. Yeah. Sometimes the truth hurts. But that truth comes out of love, if you say it with love, they'll hear you.
Yep. Right. It's just, did they hear you? Because you said something to get under Chelsea's skin, and it was something that was like, oh, that really triggered her. It was something you said out of there that triggered her.
Well, what I said was her allocating to use the $3.5 trillion as a selling point to sell her abortions was evil and disgusting. And that's what everybody keeps quoting in my tweet, was the evil and disgusting part, because I'm not judging her. I mean, we know who she is and we know what she is.
Yeah, we know.
But what she said is evil and disgusting. When you are advocating for abortion, for killing our children, our own genocide, our volunteer genocide, and you're using money. Do you know how much money we actually lost? We didn't gain any money from that. We actually lost. And if you use her math, you're saying a child's worth is $60,000.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I know college is expensive and raising kids is expensive, but what you
Mm-hmm.
lose is far more greater than the convenience of, pursuing a job or
Mm-hmm.
pursuing your career. There are plenty of women who have, for me, example, a single mom, abusive relationship. I raised my son on my own, got myself through nursing
Mm-hmm.
school, became a nurse,
Amen. Amen.
and got myself in an elevated position. And I did that all on my own. Well, not on my own. God was with me the entire time, and I had a lot of love
Hallelujah.
and a lot of friends, but that's what you need to do. If you're in a tough situation, surround yourself with good people. Be a
Mm-hmm.
good person at heart. You're going to find good people.
Yeah. Right. That's the truth. You know, you can do all things. You can do all things. We can do all things.
Oh,
All things.
oh yeah. And I had one girl tweet me, said, well, I had an abortion at a young age, and and I couldn't have done it. I'm like, who told you that? Who's selling you short? Is abortion clinics selling you
Mm-hmm.
short? Are the abortion clinics telling you, hey, you can't do that? Because they're
Right.
lying. You can do whatever you want. That's the real choice.
Mm-hmm.
They're taking the choice away from you and the choice from that child.
Right. Man. Sure. Private people lives and stuff.
Yeah. And two,
Private them from.
I have to put in a little plug-in for Rand Paul. He's the one who's trying to actually get late-term abortions banned. So
Okay.
he's my hero for today.
Amen.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah, um, I will get a list of the ones who voted against it, and I'll also find out if they were getting any donations from Planned Parenthood, and that's our
Mm-hmm.
taxpayer dollars that are going to their campaign funds.
Right.
So yeah, I'm sorry, Rand Paul was
Yeah.
actually trying to defund Planned Parenthood. That's what's his
Mm-hmm.
mission.
All right.
Thanks, Tiny.
Wow. This is yeah. This is amazing. Tiny, she's wonderful. I love Tiny.
I listened to her
I
the
got
other
done
day.
live streaming
She's
with her many times. Yeah. Tiny. Mm-hmm. Yeah, thank you for sharing that. I was from the bottom of my heart. Thank you for sharing that, because people need to hear, because a lot of stuff you don't really see on news, on mainstream news.
mm-mm.
You don't see that. And you can get news from social media, and I'm glad I found you on Twitter.
Same here.
Or you found me. I don't know who followed first. I don't know who followed
You
first on
popped
Twitter. I
up
don't
on my
know.
feed. I
I'm
was
still
like, oh
learning
my
Twitter,
gosh, it's
but I just
him.
know.
Oh, no, I think you sent me a request, and I'm like, oh, it's that guy. And then I found out it was
I'm that guy.
Maurice.
Like, oh, I see him everywhere.
You were that
Yeah,
guy, but
it's
now
me.
you're not that guy no
I'm on
more.
Twitter. I'm on Twitter now. Yeah, yeah. Now people looking like, oh, look, I'll be on Twitter. Like, I see you from YouTube. I follow you. Yeah, I'm on Twitter. Oh, okay. Now I got new people, Twitter followers. All of my, what I'm saying. I got like, Twitter followers. Over 1,000 of them have subscribed to my YouTube channel in the past month. I was like, man,
That's
they support
awesome.
my YouTube channel. It's amazing, and I support them. I support all my patriots, and I love all my patriots. And let's keep fighting.
That's right.
And I thank you. I thank you so much for coming on here, Ivana, and I'd love to have you back on here again. And
I would love to be back on.
yeah, you'll be back on here then, okay? And
Deal.
anything you want to, any closing words that you want to leave to everybody, just have the dance flow and hey, have your way.
Like I said, if you are in a situation where you just need some encouragement or some love or help make a decision, reach out to me. I might not be next door, but at least I can try to help you find a solution that's best for you, and find there's a ton of resources, a ton of resources. When
Yeah.
about 20 years ago, um, I used to be, I volunteered at the church with a crisis pregnancy counselor, and there's a ton of resources out there, and you know, whatever your decision, it
Yes.
won't be judged, but at least you can go with an informed decision, whatever decision you do make, and let them know that all the options that you have.
Mm-hmm. Yes. All right.
So thank
I'm
you
glad I had it.
so much for bringing me on here.
Anytime. Anytime. Thank you. Thank you. You know, you've got such a beautiful spirit. And man, let's all stay connected. Okay.
Definitely.
All right. Peace out.
Peace.